Yes, yes, fight fans, body and mind, sports, my people. You are fully appreciated in this round, my guys, my people. I do want to talk Dimitri Bivol, no longer undisputed champion at 175 pounds, my guys, my people. And this has come about right after his lawyer, Pat English. Well, he framed in a nice, lovely letter to Mauricio Suleiman, the WBC president, stating that his client, Dimitri Bivol, well, um, you know, feels that he has been placed in a situation whereby he feels forced to relinquish his WBC strap. You know, he also goes on to state that before the WBC actually made the order for Dimitri Bivol to face David Benavidez next, that the whole world knew that Bivol was already committed to a trilogy bout with Artur Beterbiev. And so for that reason, that is the fight they will be taking next, my people. There will be a Bivol Beterbiev trilogy next, my guys, my people. Not Bivol Benavidez, as some of you may have wanted. You know, but then he also Pat English also states how troubled they are in the WBC's inability to adhere to the mandatory rotation system, whereby if followed properly would have the IBF as the leading organization to make a mandatory bout with Bivol next, my guys, my people, and not the WBC, not the WBC, not the interim champ David Benavidez. In fact, it should be the IBF and Michael Eifert, my guys, my people. And Pat English, he also goes ahead to finalize that, of course, they have put forward this letter ahead of the purse bid date, which is supposed to be today, the 8th of April, my guys, my people, of course, to save everybody's time and flight fee. Don't bother come to purse bids, because there will be no purse bids taking place, simply because Dimitri Bivol has relinquished his title and will not be fighting David Benavidez. So no need for purse bids, no need to turn up, my guys, my people. Look, man, to keep everything short, I actually saw this coming. But before we go into that, Mauricio Suleiman, he has, of course, reacted to this letter sent to him by Pat English on social media X, my guys, my people, where he admits that yes, he has been informed that Bivol has, of course, relinquished his WBC title for reasons, he says, that are absolutely ridiculous, and he will not be, discussing it. And so for that reason, David Benavidez, the interim WBC champion, is now elevated to full WBC championship, my guys, my people. That is how things are right now, my guys. David Benavidez has reacted to the situation that has ensued. But before we go into that, like I said, this is of no surprise to me. I actually made a video of this, predicting this to happen, that Bivol was actually going to duck David Benavidez, my guys, my people. However, I didn't feel that he was going to do so before purse bids ensued, simply because he wouldn't have a strong enough reason to give in order for him not to be labeled a duck. I thought that once purse bids ensue and the highest bidder the funds available for the purses has been put on the table, then Bivol, Benavidez, both sides will be able to see what is available. And of course, for Bivol's team, they will be able to make comparisons to what Turki Alashiek possibly has offered to them in private. And if it's anything, and if it's not anything comparable, then you fill in the blanks. What is going to happen there, my guys, my people? Of course, they will go for Beterbiev. They will go for Beterbiev. But as things have transpired, they have not even waited until purse bids. Simply because there are preset excuses there already, as they have already stated in the letter there by Pat English. That number one, the WBC, well, that's not the number one reason, but one of the reasons is that the WBC is not first in line to make a mandatory order, and also that Bivol is actually Bivol was already in a commitment to make a trilogy bout with Artur Beterbiev, my guys, my people. And yeah, that is the situation. That is the situation. Those were the reasons given, my guys, my people. Now let's go to the new WBC champion David Benavidez's reaction. Well, David Benavidez, he says that this is not how he planned to become champion. Of course, we know that as all boxers would have it, they would rather earn that champion in a bout in the ring, my guys, my people. Nobody wants to be an interim champ, but you can't really put that label on Benavidez's back. He has deserved the chance to become champion since 168 pounds, where the WBC, who have now acted in his favor, yeah, right, for their own personal reasons, my guys, or should I say for their own personal gain, were the exact same people that were blocking him from having his mandatory shot with Saul Canelo Alvarez at 168 pounds. 4 years, my guys, my people, 4 years they didn't make that order. So WBC trying to look like the hero. Typical WBC, my guys, my people. Well, anyway, my guys, David Benavidez, he has promised that yes, he would uphold his new status, and has promised the fans that he will give them the best fights there is to give. What is the best fight right now? Callum Smith, the WBO interim champ. That fight has been talked about, the possibility of that fight, and Callum Smith is open to it. However, he says there must be a title on the line. Well, there you go. WBC title on the line, my guys. Callum Smith can finally fulfill his dreams of fighting in his hometown of Liverpool at Anfield. That is Liverpool FC's home stadium, my guys, my people. Finally. And David Benavidez, this is a huge opportunity, a stadium fight, my guys, my people. So he better reach out. He has to reach out, my guys, my people. David Benavidez, who has never fought on British soil and never ever experienced the raw I'm talking about the raw of the British fans, my guys, my people. It is second to none. So why don't Callum Smith introduce him to it? Maybe Callum Smith can reach out and they can make that fight happen, my guys, my people. To that I say, let's get it, my guys, my people. It is time. It is time, my guys, my people. And as for that Beterbiev bout, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it, although I did prefer the Benavidez fight. But if you're going to make a Beterbiev trilogy bout with Bivol, now is the best time, my guys, my people, because after Beterbiev at 41 years old, he ain't no spring chicken and ain't getting any younger, my guys. Okay, my people, it is time to move on from the subject of Dimitri Bivol, my guys, my people. However, before I do so, I just want to make it 100% clear, my guys, my people, that I do not want to slap that label of ducking on the back of such a brilliant fighter as Dimitri Bivol, my guys, my people. I mean, after all, his trilogy fight against Beterbiev was already pre-planned before the WBC ordered Bivol versus David Benavidez, my guys, my people. And so it is just a waiting game for now. Should he go ahead and successfully defend his unified titles against Beterbiev, and he doesn't go forward to fight David Benavidez next for undisputed, my guys, which would mean Bivol fighting for undisputed 3 times, my guys, my people, at 175 pounds, then of course it would mean that he really had no intentions of fighting David Benavidez to start with. To start with, my guys, my people. Now, with that said, I would like to say that yes, the pay-per-view numbers for their second bout, that is Bivol versus Beterbiev, has been said to be 340 pay-per-view buys, my guys, my people. Not bad. In fact, very good by today's standards. I mean, nothing compared to Saul Canelo Alvarez. Even Canelo versus Edgar Berlanga did double that. My guys, my people, you know, but Bivol and Beterbiev really have not been known to be huge pay-per-view names, my guys, my people. So why this success? Maybe had something to do with the supporting acts on the undercard that was billed as the best undercard of all times, my guys, my people. The best undercard in the history of the sport. So question time. We shall find out what Bivol and Artur Beterbiev, you know, what they really worth with this trilogy fight. Was that number done off the strength of the main event alone, or did it have something to do with that very strong undercard, my guys, my people? We shall find out, my guys. Should they do anything near that, even less, I would rate it. I would rate it, my guys. But they have gained much exposure from Riyadh season going forward, and this fight is much anticipated. Possibly not as anticipated as the second one, I don't know. But let's see what is their true value, my guys. That said, let's move on from one WBC order to another, my guys, my people. This time around at the 135-pound division, that is the lightweight division, and this order involves Shakur Stevenson, the WBC champion, my guys, my people, ordered to fight his interim champ in William Zepeda, who got that WBC interim status via defeating Tevin Farmer in November, my guys. Then repeated it just 2 weeks ago, my guys, my people. Both very closely contested bouts. The first bout ended in a split decision to Zepeda, and of course he repeated the win again the second time around via majority decision, my guys, my people. So now yeah, the WBC have made the order finally. Finally, my guys, my people, because they were actually supposed to fight one another in February on the Bivol Beterbiev 2 undercard, my guys, my people. In fact, the two Tevin Farmer fights were really yardsticks to measure how William Zepeda would fare against Shakur Stevenson, which to me is a waste of time. You can't prepare for Shakur that way, my guys, my people, because it's either you have it or you don't. And I know they were assuming, yeah, Tevin Farmer is a beatable fight, which he was, right? But not an easy fight. But he doesn't fight anything like Shakur, despite that he is a mover. Shakur Stevenson is not a mover. I wouldn't describe Shakur Stevenson as a mover. He's just a defensive prowess. This is how I would describe Shakur Stevenson. He got great acute anticipation, great acute awareness, great acute movement. He just skips, slides forward, backwards. Very slight movements that he uses, my guys. He's not a mover that just wanting to use the whole ring like that. No, he's not like that, my guys, my people. He's just got great awareness about where exactly he should be and shouldn't be in any specific time in a fight, my guys, my people. And that is what you call mutant abilities, my guys, my people. The guy is just so special that William Zepeda, he is a great fighter because Tevin Farmer is a great fighter, my guys, my people. He is a former champion, from a division lower, 130 pounds, my guys, and he now, of course, operates at 135, my guys, my people. So I think Shakur's ability, his gift is like, his abilities, mutant abilities, is like a gift and a curse to him, because although people want to fight the best, they don't want to lose. They want to have a fighting chance at least. But with Shakur, it's like, if you can't touch the man, you're fighting a ghost, my guys. So a lot of people just have been ducking him. In fact, him and William Zepeda, as I was about to talk about, were to fight after that Tevin Farmer fight. On the first Tevin Farmer fight, that is, they were supposed to go on to face one another on February the 22nd in the undercard of Beterbiev, Dimitri Bivol, my guys. But William Zepeda, he had an excuse of a hand injury, so he pulled out of that fight. And the young Floyd Schofield that everybody was praising, saying he had so much cojones, he stepped in to fill in. But, he also pulled out, faking illness, my guys, my people. So, the only person that had big enough, big enough balls was Josh Padley, who stepped in. Shakur, for the very first time in a long time, finished Josh Padley, my guys, my people. But Josh Padley got heavily rewarded. He is now rich forever, my guys, my people, from 0 to hero as well, my guys, my people. From 0 to hero, with plenty zeros on his account now. So there you go. What a Hollywood story for Josh Padley, my guys, my people. So now let's move on and talk about this mandatory order, my guys, my people, because Golden Boy promoter Oscar Dela Hoya, he has been yapping, talking about Shakur Stevenson ducked William Zepeda, my guys, my people, where Shakur Stevenson is the only champion I know that is hungry to fight a mandatory challenger, my guys, to fight a interim champion. And at that point, when he has been showing that yes, he wants to fight Zepeda wasn't even an interim champion then. He was the #1 contender at the time. So who is he ducking? He wants this fight. He's hungry for this fight, my guys, my people. Oscar Dela Hoya says there was an offer sent to Shakur and he turned down the offer. Well, Shakur, he says, what the hell are you barking at? Yes, there was an offer sent to me by Turki Alashiek, but it was a lowball offer. In fact, the offer was less than what he got to fight Josh Padley, my guys, my people. But that situation there, I have to say, Josh Padley was a late replacement. That offer was really to fight Floyd Schofield, my guys, my people. However, because you know, Josh Padley was a late replacement. They couldn't just come up with a whole new set of deal, my guys, my people, because it would be wrong, my guys, and time consuming as well, my guys, my people. Yeah, so that is my only logical explanation for that situation there that I can see. But check this, whatever the case, William Zepeda is a much higher caliber fighter than Floyd Schofield and Josh Padley, my guys, my people, despite his performance against Tevin Farmer. People need to understand that Tevin Farmer, despite he's now 36 years old, remember, he's still a very good fighter, my guys, my people. He's a good fighter. He was linked with Gervonta Tank Davis when they were at 130 pounds together. Tevin Farmer, a former champion from that division also, my guys, my people. So people were looking for that fight with Tevin Farmer for a long time. Another fight that Gervonta Tank Davis didn't give us. So trust me, Tevin Farmer is a good fighter, very, very good fighter, my guys, my people. But like I said, it's Shakur Stevenson's skills, the gift and the curse, my guys, my people. Well, yeah, Shakur Stevenson says that Turki Alashiek already promised him a number prior to this order being made, my guys, my people. But why has he gone back on his word, and why is he not coming to break the news to him directly, but instead sending his towel boy, my guys, my people? Shakur Stevenson does not like that, and he says, look, I am nobody's, you know, yeah, he's not bowing down to nobody out here, my guys, my people, and says to Oscar Dela Hoya, hey, listen, forget those ducking claims. We can make this fight with or without Shakur, with or without Turkey. So yeah, your boy will get stepped on regardless. Please come, take a sit so we can take a sit down so we can talk about this amicably in negotiations, and we can come up with a deal, my guys, my people. So as things stand, that is the situation now. It has been forced for that to be the situation now, because of course the WBC has ordered the fight and have given both teams to go into negotiations and come up with a fight deal by the 6th of May, my guys, my people. Let's see if the deal is made before the fight slides into purse bids, my guys. You know, so yeah. And yes, before you leave, do like, share, subscribe, of course, drop your comments below, and as always, stay super blessed, my guys, my people.